Hello and welcome to a short webinar about getting started with MyNursingLab. The first thing you're going to want to do is register for the product if you haven't already done so. So you would need to have an access code or request one from your Pearson contact. If not, you can do it right on this website. So we're going to go ahead and click Register as an Educator, and we need to create or copy a course. If you don't have an access code, you'll click here to request one. We have an access code, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to accept the license agreement and privacy policy. If you already have a Pearson Education account, you can use that to log in. If not, we're going to create a new one. We're going to create a login name and a password. We're also going to enter the access code that we were given, so we're going to go ahead and put that in the box there. On this next page, we're going to go ahead and select our title, put the first name, last name, put our email address here. I'm entering this for privacy purposes. We're going to choose our school country information, our security question and answer, and then click Next. Now we'll say that we have access to the software and we can log in and do that. So we're going to go ahead and click Login Now. And you'll notice that we are taken to the software. So we're going to go ahead and create or copy a course. We want to go ahead and create or copy a course. So let's put MyNursingLab just to select course materials. Here's the textbook we were looking for. We're going to go ahead and click Select. And for now, we're going to make an instructor use course. If we have it selected as student course, that means students can enroll when we would put start and end dates for the course. For now, we're just going to be building an instructor course. I'm putting a description in here that you want to use. If you want other instructors to be able to copy it, you can check that box, and we're going to click Create Course. Now, new courses can take 10 to 15 minutes or possibly even up to 3 hours to create. You'll receive an email confirmation when the course is ready. Now that our course is created, we're going to click into our course to begin exploring. This software has a lot of resources. This is a great way for you to deliver assignments to students as well as have a content repository for them to access. We're going to take a quick look around this course so that we can learn a little bit more about some of these features. First of all, on the left-hand side, you have a course menu. Students can explore tips for how to succeed in the course, some resources for fundamentals of learning. They have access to case studies, test banks, practice tests, an e-text, multimedia library resources, and more. They would begin by clicking on a learning path. This helps them access the course materials for this particular learning path. This starts with Introduction to Nursing Basics. They can click Go to Learning Path, and they will see all of the activities. You'll see that there are little green flags here, and those simply indicate prerequisites. So before the student can begin these little assignments, they do need to watch the introduction and take a little pre-test diagnostic. As they work through the material, these activities will update. There are also case studies for students, and they can click through the learning path and completed work for those as well. In addition, there are test banks and practice tests. These are all preloaded in the course, as is a copy of the e-text and the multimedia library. The multimedia library allows you to access the modules and then access lessons and materials for each of those. For instructors, there are several course tools that you'll find very helpful. For example, instructor resources. You have animated lecture series. You have classroom preparation resources, access to the e-textbook, textbook resources as well. You also have a course homepage manager announcements manager, access to course alerts, a learning path manager so that you can configure what you would like students to be able to see, and instructor support. There are some additional links here that you can use. You have access to course settings and a roster. For now, we're going to take a quick look at activities and assignments in the course, as well as the gradebook overview. The activities and assessments for this course are preloaded, but you can also create your own or edit existing materials. You'll notice that this page gives you access to create homework quizzes and tests, a writing activity, or even writing your own custom question. You can change due dates and assignment status, change class settings, change assignment categories, and more. You can also reorder assignments, add your own offline material, change prerequisites, and so forth. We're going to click on View and Manage All Existing Assignments here to see what's going on in the course. Notice these were all created. These are all publisher activities. You can choose to go in here and assign all of these. Anytime you want to preview, you can click the drop-down menu, click to assign, take a look at class settings, preview, list the questions in there, and more. If you want to edit these, you would click to edit and you'll end up making a copy of many of these assignments, and you can add your own material. Let's take a look at copying an assignment very quickly so that you can see what it looks like. So we're going to do this. We're going to make an edited copy. I'm going to call it that. And then we would add or remove content. Here you can see the content that's preloaded. You can scroll over it. You can also double click on it to get a larger view. You can come up here and access the other areas and modules and lessons and resources, and even choose appropriate outcomes to help you sort these questions. If you found a question you want to add, you would simply click to add it. If you have a question you want to remove, you would simply click to remove it. Once you are completed with an assignment, you would click Choose Settings and add any other things on here such as due dates or late grade penalties, and you would click Save and Assign. That's all there is to editing an existing assignment. Same thing holds true for working with tests or quizzes, not just homework assignments for practice. You can use these menus at the top of the page to help sort content and modules. Again, remember you have fundamentals, case studies, and test bank and practice tests to look at. You can assign, unassign, edit, change prerequisites, reorder assignments, and a lot more on your Activities and Assessments Managers page. Let's take a quick look at the gradebook. The gradebook is a powerful tool that allows you to track your students' performance. If you are only looking for one student in your class, you would simply click on their name in the gradebook and you would be able to see any work that they had done, what their grades were, how much time they spent, when they submitted it, and so forth. You'd be able to see their overall score as well. If you were looking at class performance, you would be able to click here to see a graph of your class performance and then click even on Performance Analytics. We'll take a look at that in a few minutes. Up here you can view results by the learning path. You can look at particular assignments. You can look at student overview, performance by module. You'd also be able to see if students have exhausted resources, if they're struggling in certain areas. At the top of the page, you can manage incompletes. You can change weights for grading. You can add offline items. You can do exports of data, and you have access to more tools. One of the really powerful tools is Search and Email by Criteria. This allows you to search your gradebook and student performance by different requirements. For example, how long has it been since students logged in and submitted work? How many students are scoring below 80% on a particular assignment? How many students haven't started the assignment yet? Or how many students did really well on that assignment? You can search by criteria and do an email blast to them. Each student is blind copied, so it's a great way to communicate. You will also have a copy of that communication. Under exports, as mentioned, you have option for quick or advanced exports. Quick exports are literally generated in 30 to 45 seconds, allow you to look at results from homework, quizzes, tests, learning path, overall averages, or perhaps item analysis for a particular assignment. Advanced exports are far more detailed. This allows you to choose from several different types of assignments as you can see, mastery status, assignment results, or performance by module, item analysis. And we're going to go ahead and choose just a standard layout, but you can choose particular dates, categories, content, and format as well. This type of assignment will take a little bit longer to generate the results, so this export will probably be delivered to you overnight and be in your email inbox for the following morning. Here you are looking at performance analytics. If you look at this top left corner, you are able to search and sort your sections and filter materials and results. You can see an overview, overall score of your students, how they're performing in different categories, see a score distribution, look at time on task. You can also look at particular assignments and take a look at how students are performing. You can also rank, are they performing well or poorly? You can look at average time, score, number of submissions. You can break this down by categories and dig a little further into those assignments. You can also sort by students. Again, use this top left corner to filter the material so you can see how your students are doing. Click here for more information. When you see the small question mark in your course or on this page, it gives you additional information about resources on that page. Let's return to our course. Again, remember, if you're looking for additional information, look under Instructor Tools. You will see resources, and you will have access to the activities and gradebook. To view the student view, click into the learning path, as we did earlier. When students click to work, they will have access to these lessons, and they will be able to take a look at the material that you have assigned. This may involve videos, homework, quizzes, and tests. Once a student takes and submits a test, they will unlock the next part of their learning path. You can simulate this experience and then take a look at what resources they have. Notice students are prompted with these green flags, as we indicated earlier. That is to help them stay on track. This is a really powerful tool when you're working in your courses. We are designing a custom learning path so that students don't take a wrong turn. At any time, a student is able to come back and review their completed work by clicking on the completed work page. They will see their grades, how much time they spent, and the date worked. If you're looking for more information, under Instructor Tools, you can look under Instructor Support. Click here for extra help and resources both for yourself and your students. If you're interested in learning more about what some of your peers have done, you can go to MyNursingLab.com and click on Results Library under Educators and Administrators. And you can see, for example, a case study that's been done and what your peers are doing. You can also explore features of this program in greater detail. Students have access, for example, in some courses to what are called dynamic study modules. They have the case studies that we looked at, materials for the NCLEX exam, the e-text to access, and you have tools as well to homework, quiz, test development, and gradebook and advanced reporting, as we've already explored. You can explore what courses are available, access other training and support materials, and even learn about LMS integration depending upon what courses and materials you are using. So again, to access these, go to MyNursingLab.com, click on Results Library or Training and Support or Features. Thank you so much for joining us today for this short webinar, and we hope to see you again soon at another webinar about MyNursingLab.